This is Lorraine. It is March 26, 2024 at 12:47 p.m. I'm going to play a recording. This is evidence. I placed a phone call to our Judge Executive Gabbard. I didn't expect to speak with him. I only expected to ask some questions for somebody to answer. It was very specific. Something that they should already know because obviously they live here. He's been the judge here, the judge executive for years and years, at least since I've been here, which is almost 5 years. They couldn't answer a question. In fact, they couldn't answer a question, and they passed the buck and then placed me on hold indefinitely. And then when I called back and I said to the guy, I said, this is Lorraine Valenti, the person you placed on hold. He hung up on me. I called back again and received a woman who gave me some information, a phone number for the magistrate. They keep passing the buck to the magistrate. I called the magistrate March 12, 2024, never returned my call. So here you go, folks.
And vandalism and the easement. My questions were, who's responsible for the repairs of the Sand Lick Road easement, the Sand Lick Road retaining wall of rock, the Sand Lick Creek? I was told by this person that it's the Division of Water. I asked, if you're repairing the roads and you're repairing the retaining wall with rock, and your rock falls into the creek, is that the responsibility of the Division of Water or the city of McKee, the county? He placed me on hold. I've been on hold for quite a while. I also asked him who's responsible if there's deliberate vandalism to the soil, causing it to falsely erode. And what if those trees fall into the creek that runs through my property? Who's responsible? He didn't know. He first referred me to the Division of Water. I know that that's not true. In 2022, I contacted the Division of Water after Judge Gabbard directed me there. He said he can't do anything. His hands are tied until he gets permission from the Division of Water. Of course, most of those emails were wiped clean. But I do have one that followed up repeatedly, both on their website and via email. Now, I'm told now that all complaints for the Division of Water must be online, which is fine. So somebody's going to see it. I will be filing a complaint with the Division of Water, which means they will have to send an investigator out here. It could take a month, but that's okay. I want the name and the date and the time of the investigation that somebody's going to be out here. I want a written report of their findings, because what's happening is also affecting the environment and the fish and wildlife. There are fish in that creek. There are crawdaddies. There are frogs. They get trapped there because of the deliberate dumping of rock into the creek, causing the creek to narrow and cause pockets of closure where the water doesn't run when it does not rain in the summertime. So I'm still on hold. I'm on hold with Judge Shane Gabbard, who is the judge executive. I know for a fact he's in charge of the road repairs. The road repairs include the easement that is granted for them to legally trespass my property by 15 feet. Only 15 feet. Not 16, not 40, not 200 feet. I also mentioned the culvert in my field that is on the easement, but that is deliberately depositing water onto my property, which is trespassing. I also mentioned the corrugated black tubing underneath the repaired sand lick road when it collapsed that is also depositing water onto my property. He got really quiet. He doesn't know what's going on. Or maybe he does, and he's been told to not say anything, but I'm still on hold. And let's see, it is 12:18 p.m., March 26, 2024, because my recorder, no matter how many times I change the date and time, somebody sabotages it. So right now it is 12:18 p.m., March 26, 2024. I've been on this phone call with Judge Gabbard's office for 17 minutes and 6 seconds. In 2022, May, I contacted the Division of Water. I wanted them to perform an investigation. They said that they were going to do it. Months went by. Nobody contacted me. And once again, everybody was friendly at first and cordial. And then when I would follow up, everybody was non-existent. No communications with me. Nothing happened. Finally, I'm told that, an investigator was out there and didn't find anything wrong. I said, really? I'm here 24/7. I never saw anybody. When were they out here? No comment. I never received a copy of the report. I never received the name of the person who was here. I never received the date that they had visited or the time or what their findings were. There was no follow-up by Judge Gabbard and no follow-up by the Kentucky Division of Water. And now we're in March of 2024. Literally almost 2 years later. And the problem has worsened, and now there is deliberate vandalism to the roads, Sands Lick Road, my driveway, the roads, the asphalt that borders only my property in both directions, the guardrail on the Sand Lick Bridge was never reinstalled. That's a safety hazard for the people driving back and forth. There was never any rebar installed underneath that Sand Lick Bridge. Instead of rebar, they installed a plastic corrugated tube that was never there before. Imagine. Tons of rock, asphalt, gravel on top of a plastic corrugated tube that goes underneath in both directions, that causes water to flow onto my property where it was actually previously flowing down the culverts. Instead, it was redirected onto my property. And there are no screens covering the entrance or exit of that black tube, which means that debris, branches, even small animals can go through there. Like a beaver, let's say, can go and hang out in there and go to sleep. An animal can get stuck in there. Tree branches, it could get all stuffed up. And who's going to clean it if it gets all stuffed up? So they never installed any screening or netting on either side of the tubing. And right now it's 12:22 p.m. and I have been holding for a long time. My phone says I have been on this phone call for 20 minutes and 57 seconds. And I'm still on hold. And they'll probably still keep me on hold. And this is how irresponsible people are here. It's one thing if he doesn't want to answer my question, but he should have come back onto the phone by now and said, hey, I don't have an answer for you. Can you call back? Can I take your phone number? But to deliberately place somebody on hold for this length of time. So yes, this recording is evidence. It's March 26, 2024. Now it is 12:23 p.m. According to my phone, I have been on this phone call for 21 minutes and 22 minutes. 22 minutes, I have no answers to my questions. Nothing has been answered. And I am actually going to hang up on this call at 22 minutes, 22 seconds, and call back.
It's not looking good for you.
I'm calling again.
Not looking good for you. No, not looking good for you.
Judge Gabbard's office.
Yes, hi, good morning. My name is Lorraine Valente. I was on hold with a gentleman for quite a long time, and he forgot about me.
Okay, what is it that your name?
Oh, I needed some answers to questions I have about who is responsible for the Sand Lick Road. There's several questions here. The Sand Lick Road, the asphalt, the maintenance, the Sand Lick Road easement that goes through my property, the Sand Lick Creek, and who's responsible for vandalism, deliberate vandalism of either the trees or the soil, and also who's responsible for the Sand Lick Creek retaining wall, all the rock that's placed up there, and what happens when it falls into the creek. Because the gentleman I was speaking to, he didn't have answers for me and placed me on hold indefinitely. And just so you know, I'm recording this. Okay, I'm recording the whole thing.
I know you are. That's fine.
And it's not your fault.
That's okay. We record too. It's okay. I understand.
It's not your fault. This is going on 5 years. Okay?
We know that too, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I just want to know who's responsible for the maintenance of the Sand Lick Road, the Sand Lick Road easement, the Sand Lick Creek that runs through my property, and the retaining wall, and any vandalism that may deliberately cause the trees to fall into the creek.
You would need to contact your magistrate in your district.
Okay. And Danny Todd. Okay, so no, he has the answers to those questions on who's responsible.
He should be able to answer that for you.
Okay, because it's confusing to me. So there's the city of McKee, there's the county.
You're not inside the city limits, so it's not the city of McKee.
Okay, so this is just, so it would be Jackson County. Okay. Okay, so Judge Gabbard is not responsible for the maintenance of the roads. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you have a magistrate that you would need to talk to.
Okay, I've never spoken to him before in all these years. So
you need to contact them.
Okay, so he's, the magistrate is responsible for the repairs.
You've asked me this several times. You need to contact your magistrate.
Okay. And what is his responsibility? Is he like a mayor?
No, he's not a mayor. He's a magistrate.
Could you...
But I'm going to have to get off here. I'm the only one here to answer the phone.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
This is called passing the buck. Now, I just want to say for the record, let me see when I placed the phone call. I placed the phone call, let me see here, to the magistrate. Let's see. One second. Okay, I called the Kentucky Division of Water on Tuesday, March 19, 2024 at 2:17 p.m. This was the manager there. I never received a call back. I called Danny Todd, who is the magistrate, District 1, regarding county issues on March 12, 2024. The phone call lasted 4 minutes. It was at 9:45 a.m. I was transferred to the Rhodes garage, and I spoke with that individual who took a message for Danny Todd. I received no response back. On March 12, 2024, I left a similar message for Michael Stidham, Stidham, who is the mayor of McKee. So now I am told that those road and creek issues are the responsibility of the magistrate. Now, that's absolutely not true. The roads and the repair of the roads is the responsibility of Judge Gabbard. He's the one that gives the orders to the road department to perform the repairs. That is a fact. The road people have told me that they cannot do repairs without the judge's order. Okay, so this is a fact. Now she's telling me that I'm outside the limits of the city, so which is considered to be the county. Yes. Is this the magistrate's phone number?
No.
Would you? Okay. I have all the numbers screwed up. Would you happen to have his phone number?
Who's the magistrate?
Yeah. Is that Danny Todd is the magistrate?
Yeah, but I don't know what his phone number is.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
What do you need?
Well, I was told by Judge Gabbard's office that I need to speak to the magistrate.
Okay. Well, if that's what you need, then I was thinking something we need about a road or something.
Yes, well, it's not just the road, it's the creek. Now, I don't know what to call it. I don't know if it's called the county creek. I think it's called the Sand Lick Road Creek. The Sand Lick Creek. So,
Okay, what's wrong?
well, the county road, the Sand Lick Road, and the Sand Lick retaining wall, all that rock and stuff, has fallen into the creek over years. I have been documenting, videotaping, photographed this over years. So first, the road department tells me that they can only repair that road there with the order of Judge Gabbard. You know, that would include the retaining wall. And then another person told me, well, oh no, it's the Division of Water's responsibility. And I said, so the Division of Water is responsible for...
Come on, he gets in here you're talking about, okay?
Okay. What was your name?
Gary?
Gary?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Gary.
Okay.
Bye. So there you have it. It's called Pass the Buck. So if nobody returns my calls, I'll just be sending certified letters to everybody. This way it'll be in writing, and I won't have to repeat myself over and over and over again. And this way I'll have the documented proof for the mayor, for the governor, for the senator, and for everybody else who's passing the buck. I want to know who's responsible for the repairs of the Sand Lake Road. I want to know who's responsible for the repairs of the easement on Sand Lake Road. I want to know who's responsible for vandalism that takes place on that Sand Lake Road, the Sand Lake Bridge, the easement of the Sand Lake Road, the retaining wall of the Sand Lake Creek, the Sand Lake Creek. And if the responsibility of the Sand Lake roadways and road work and rock fall into the waters to cause problems and flooding of the waters and wildlife, who's responsible for the falling of rock or the deliberate vandalism of the roads that fall into the creek that runs through my property? Who's responsible for the repairs? And everybody's passing the buck. But I'm going to get some answers on this. And I don't really care who knows. So yes, I will be filing a formal complaint. I want the Division of Water here. I will send them photos and videos. And I want somebody to address this issue. They're not going to pass the buck for much longer. Somebody's held responsible for making the decisions and choices, regardless of whether or not these are hate crimes against me. Well, that's just more feather in my cap. That's just proof, evidence of deliberate sabotage. It sounds like a land grab to me. It sounds like they want to deliberately destroy the waterways, deliberately destroy the creek, deliberately destroy the roads in front of my property, and no one take responsibility for it. Well, that's just not going to happen. So anyway, this is Lorraine Valente, V as in Victor, A-L-E-N-T-E. It is now 12:37 p.m. on March 26, 2024. The phone number that I called was the phone number of the magistrate. Somebody has been interfering with my numbers here. So anyway, I'm going to sign off here for now and make some phone calls.